Hi, it's Therese in Lostinpaper, and I'm here with my Same But Different Christmas series for 2016. And today's video is all about one layer cards, and I'm going to make 6 different designs today and show you how you can amp it up. One of the things that I do with my one layer cards to make them special is actually make the card out of coloured cardstock. It's a little bit unexpected, and I thought I'd start with this nice dark cardstock. This is from New, and I've also used their poinsettia and pine stamp, embossed it in white. It just makes it stand out a bit bolder on the dark cardstock, and it's a nice thick cardstock too. I want to paint my poinsettia pink, and to do that, because of the dark cardstock, what I've done is actually add a base layer of white pencil. I'm not using any Gamsol or blending liquid today. I'm actually just using my pencils to blend with themselves, not being over fussy about the blending, and coming back in with my light colours to finish them off. So it's a really good way to make your cards that little bit special. And onto my second card now, and I've got this is a Basil Petal Soft, I think it's called, cardstock, and I decided to deboss a creative die. It's from Penny Black, and to do that I'm just using, see that black mat that I've got there in my sandwich? It just stops the actual die from cutting and allows it to actually make an impression on the cardstock itself. So that looks pretty awesome. And because it's all snowflakes, it's very Christmassy. And then I just cut down I did that on the bend of the card so that I could just make it a true one layer card. But normally I probably wouldn't have done it in this style. I just wanted to show you that you can actually stretch your supplies and still get these great looks. But normally I would have done this on a separate piece of cardstock and then added it to my card front, especially because now I'm heat embossing the sentiment. I am doing this in a couple of layers because I'm doing this onto the debossed image, and that seemed to work out fine. So I do set both these cards, because they've got embossing on them and they're single layers, I do actually set them underneath something just to flatten them out while I'm working on the rest of my cards. My next image is a Penny Black image, and it's a cute little snowman. It's from the Snow Fairies set, which I've also used in, did I use it in this series or another Christmas card that I made this year? It's a really sweet set, and I'm doing some simple colouring. Now, because this is a one layer card, I've decided not to use Copic markers, so that's a good trick. You can keep these one layer cards as clean and simple as you like, and that's what I thought I'd share with you here. You can add some depth and shadowing with your pencils and don't have to worry about covering up the back. If you do use Copics, that's always an option. You can actually do this on a separate piece of cardstock and then cover the whole front of your card with it, or you can actually put a false layer on the inside of your card if you're worried about the colouring showing through. But that's all personal preference. So this is probably one of my most clean and simple cards for today. I really do like one layer cards, especially when they're clean and simple, but I thought I'd show you how I can make it a little bit different as well. So this card, I'm using a set that has been retired now. It's from Tors, or the LOA stamps, and it's called Crossing Lines, but there are similar sets out there. And I'm making my own plaid background here, using a couple of different pinks from New and some grey ink, that's a Memento London Fog, and then just creating my own background pattern. I knew that my stamps wouldn't reach across the whole front of the card, so I was actually going to cut a piece out of the bottom, which you'll see in a minute, but I decided to go differently with this card instead. So you can change it as you go along. So I thought it'd be fun. I do want to keep these really one layer, so I've added some acetate. I've cut off the base of this card. I was going to add the little strip at the bottom of it, and I ended up not doing that, but what I've done is cut some acetate to fit underneath where I've stamped my sentiment, and then to cover up the tape on the acetate, I'm just using a piece of, and this is the same pink that I used on the Merry and Bright embossed card, the debossed card I should say, and I've just added a piece of that behind there. just to finish it off. Okay, so another thing that you can do for a one layer card to amp it up a bit is to actually multi-stamp and layer up your stamps. So I've got a couple of different cards showing this technique. And the first one is kind of a Christmassy one, but it could be used as a thank you card for, you know, after Christmas, or if you're not very Christmassy, you just want sort of a holiday style card. These are the houses from the London Mouse stamp set, which is a really cute stamp set. And I've used some Ink and Dinkadoo stamping mask paper to place some trees in front of the houses, stamped out my little scene, and then just using my Prismacolor pencils to add some very simple colouring to all the images. I didn't bother to do any blending or anything like that. I just thought it'd be, keep it kind of looking a little bit sketchy, and that'd be fun. And just in case you hadn't noticed, I am sticking to the pinks and the grey theme for this set of cards today. It's one of the best things about one layer cards is that they are so easy to post. It doesn't cost you extra, which apparently is what happens over in the America, which is very frustrating, I'm sure. In Australia, they're not quite so cruel. They just charge a lot for all postage. Okay, the sentiment I thought would be really sweet is from the new Sketched Evergreen set from Altenew. Just stamping that out with some Onyx Black as well. So I've come back to another non-Christmassy set, and these are the Sokotoa triangles from Altenew, and I've masked off the front of the card where I want my triangles, Christmas trees, just in case you hadn't worked that out. They're going to be my Christmas trees. Going to be same coloured inks that I did the stamping for the plaid pattern, and just creating like a whole bunch of trees in one spot. I can take away my mask and then stamp out my sentiment, which is, I've got a couple of sentiments here from some old Hero Arts sets that are no longer available, but they're go-to. They are awesome sentiments. As a final touch, I did decide to add some sparkling clear sequins to all of my cards, and that's it. I'll be back next week with my last in this series for this year, and I look forward to seeing you then. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.